Viva Chile, viva Chile, a Chile quiero, chileno yo soy.
At Hot Chile, this is your host, Dr. John Coben. I'm here in studio with Luke Crowley today and his wife, Lourdes. Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, say hello, please.
Hi.
All right. We'll get. Now, this is the famous Puerto Rican wife we've just been speaking about. So, before we get back to the question that we asked last segment, we're just going to test the difference here. Lourdes, me parece que me entiendes perfectamente cuando estoy hablando, ¿cierto? Entonces, levanta la mano derecha, por favor. Everybody see the difference? Can everybody see the difference? All right. Now you know the difference between somebody who speaks Spanish versus a newbie, and how you're going to suffer when you get into this country. You better do more than Pimsleur. All right. Good job. Very good. Well, welcome to the show. We're glad you joined us. And the questions that we were talking about just now had to do with two things. The two things that we haven't talked about. We kind of ended with the driving subject and learning about transportation a little bit from Luke's perspective. You've been in Chile a little bit less time, so you can tell us about that. But we want to hear what you think about the way people dress, particularly women, but also the way guys dress. That's important to newcomers. And what are relationships like here in Chile? I mean, Luke says he has a little more experience. What are the women like? And you might want to comment on what you think men are like if you want. And you think, why in the world are you putting on the radio show? This is a big issue. People are very interested, especially single people that come down here. They might find a mate, or they've got children that are in their 20s and they're thinking they're going to end up marrying a Chilean. Is that good or bad? And so it's a big issue. So as a newcomer, what's your initial impression? You know, do you think they're great, beautiful? Do you think they're slutty? Do you think they're wise? I mean, just be wide open and give people your opinion. That's the stuff that people like to hear about. So go for it. We'll let you start, Lourdes, and then we'll switch over to Luke.
Okay, well, I have been looking a lot around lately, and I'm usually looking at women in my age group, and I think they dress great. I think they dress youthful. We're talking late 40s here, and I think they're sexy, and I think they're beautiful, the women, and I think that the men, they're fine. I'm not impressed as much with their dress unless I see their businessmen, but I think the women do really take care of themselves. Their hair, everything.
Something to add, Luke?
Yes, I think the women are very well dressed. To get back into what you asked me earlier, coming down here, a lot of the guys, a few of them went out, found women very friendly. These guys were in their 20s, a couple guys from Canada. So
English?
Yeah, like they were, Canadian. Yes, only speaking English.
Okay.
Very little Spanish. So these guys are, they're handsome guys. So maybe that's also a factor. But a lot of the guys that I was with in Exosphere were maybe having a little bit of trouble. I think they're not maybe as outgoing. But I think everyone's experience will vary. But I find the people very friendly here, and I find the Chilean people actually fantastic.
Okay, well, that's very good information. Now, you may not know this one special fact. Chile is is ranked in the world highest for singleness of any country except for South Korea. 39% of all Chileans are single in the truest sense of the word. They don't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or what people nowadays call a significant other. They're not married. They are totally single, like never married, never, no relationship. And that's an odd thing. Chile's population is not growing fast. Only 1.4 babies produced per couple here, which means it's a dying culture unless they have immigration, which is fine. We're trying to help that. But there are a lot of reasons that Chileans don't want to get married. And one is the cost. They even space their children so that they can't have two in high school or in the university at the same time. They're like 4 to 5 years apart, and they only have two, and they're done at the most. And so for some of us, it's kind of a tragic thing to have to listen to or hear, but that's the reality of Chile. And so when people come down from other parts of the world, they are, they're going to, especially males, I think, are going to have an easy time finding a mate. I don't know about females. I haven't really run into that. I just know that men do. I have a wonderful wife, and I'm so glad I found her in a Baptist church in the South. That's a great clue, by the way. If you want to know a good place to find a good wife, go to a Baptist church in the South End or South Central part of Chile. There are some unique things about dress here, though. And my wife has repeated some of these preposterous things. Lourdes, I don't know if you've seen some of these before, but my wife says you're considered slutty in this country if you've got a low top and a short skirt. They consider you to be kind of a prostitute. So you'll see women with one or the other, but not both. And so what do you think? Have you seen women like this, or any indication that my wife's perception is correct?
I have not seen. No, I can't say I have not seen. And yeah, if I saw that, I would, that's my perception. I'm like, all right, a little slutty, a little too, I don't know, available. But I haven't seen a lot of it.
Okay, you have a comment, Luke.
Well, I was gonna say this too. I find like pretty conservative dress, like are you talking about Costa Rica or Panama, big difference in the way women dress here overall. Very conservative, I find.
Yeah, okay. Now, as far as male dress goes, have you noticed that men generally do not wear khaki or light colored pants, and they rarely wear tennis shoes outside unless they're running? I mean, aside from those people, have you noticed that yet? How the men dress?
No, not really. I haven't really noticed. Basically, because we've been so busy, I haven't been really looking at that much, like as far as people dressing. Nothing really stands out like that to me at this point.
Okay, how about you, Lourdes? Have you noticed?
I have noticed.
She notices more than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's true. I mean, I do see a lot of people running around, just very athletic people, and it's just a beautiful place to run around anyway, by the beach. And they'll have their regular, running gear. And other than that, I'm not impressed with, like I said, the men's dressing. But yeah, the khakis are missing.
Yeah, that's right. And what does that tell you is, as an American, when you come down here, they're not going to criticize you if you wear khaki pants. But what are they going to know about you immediately? You're not from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And that might not be a good thing. And if you think about it, this is a country that has a lot of robbery or burglary or petty theft especially, and you don't necessarily want to be a target. So these things are little nuances that might be important. You also don't see them wear blue jeans either, unless they're working. Now, working, a guy who's actually doing a job, he'll be in jeans or overalls or something, but just walking around, like you'd never see a guy go to the office wearing blue jeans. Have you noticed many guys wearing jeans?
I've seen them, but we're not in an office atmosphere, so I can't say other.
Yeah, like when I first got down here, I actually bought clothes in the mall, and I bought, so the pants I'm wearing is actually like, it looks like it blends in completely. I'm not really standing out like wearing the khaki shorts like a tourist skier. I actually like to blend in, so I think that's a very good practice to do that.
Yeah, no, that's another issue since you mentioned going shopping. One of the things that's true about Chile is we have very low cost for housing relative to other big cities. I mean, Santiago is a bargain compared to a place like New York. Also, we have very low costs for medical insurance, auto insurance a little bit less, food's about the same depending on, if you get a good mixture of things. But one thing that just shocks people is the cost of imported goods, and clothing's high on the list. Have you noticed that clothing was really expensive when you bought it?
Oh yeah, I noticed it right away. Clothes, I was warned about this before I came here, but I just had to buy 3 pairs of pants, and I wanted to buy the pants that like unzip so they could become shorts. And these were like over $70 each. And one thing I noticed about the mall, they have all these imported clothes like locked up. So if you want to get like a pair of pants, you got to go and you got to get the lady, and she's got to unlock a pair of pants, well, unlock a shirt. And that's kind of a unique thing about Chile. So it's expensive, and you got to get your clothes unlocked at the mall.
It must be really good clothes. That doesn't happen everywhere, by the way, but it does happen a fair amount. You're right. Well, Lourdes, we got 5 minutes left in the show. I want to hear your perception. You've been here just 1 month, right, in Chile?
3. No.
Oh, 3 months. I
3.
made a mistake. I thought
Yeah.
I thought only Luke was here 3 months, and you've both been here 3 months
Yes.
together. Well, tell us, what are your perceptions about Chile? Anything? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you like Santiago? Do you like Viña? Do you like the climate? Anything that really strikes you as something of interest? Because obviously you can get around here because you speak Spanish, but they know you're Puerto Rican. They know you're not from here because you don't use all the slang words, right, and stuff like that. So tell us, what's your perceptions about Chileans and Chile?
We both really, really like it here. I'm gonna hesitate for now and not use the word love, but it's there, and it's just beautiful. I really like the people. We feel very comfortable here. We've been a little bit in Santiago. We've mainly been in the Viña area. I love Viña del Mar. I love it. It's really, really nice. We just really feel great. We've been to Valparaiso. It's amazing. It really, really is. I don't know. I don't know. We're either going to be here, we're coming back, we're doing something, but it's just too amazing.
Driving, tell us about driving, transportation, your ability. What are you going to plan to work down here? What are you going to do? What's your future if you come back to Chile? And I think you will, because we got a hands down better country than all the other places in South America. Period. And I've been in a lot of them. So tell me, what do you plan to do?
There's a lot of talk going on. Luke with some of the other students here at Exosphere, this is why we're here, and a lot of good ideas flowing around, a lot of help we're receiving either from expats or Chileans to help those things, to help those things come about. And what else did you ask me?
Well, just your experience driving, transportation.
Driving, they're limited to the stick, and that's difficult for me because I've never driven a
rental car.
But yeah, with the rentals, Luke's been doing all the driving.
No, I have an automatic, but it's only 10% of cars that have automatic transmissions
Oh,
here.
so that's something for me to look forward to learn. But getting around is very, very easy. Buses are everywhere. They're so cheap. Colectivo taxis, it's not getting around, and that's been another great thing, just being able to easily get around by bus and just visiting so many different areas.
What do you think about Santiago? I mean, right now, off season, you can get to Santiago for $3 on one of these luxury buses and get onto the metro. What do you think about the town over there?
We've been to Las Condes, visited new friends we made, and they have a lovely apartment. I really like it over there. And the main area of Santiago, we didn't really get to visit it that much, but we did experience the subway during rush hour, and it's like New York City. It was fun.
Like sardine fun, right? I mean, if you're right there at rush hour, boy, that's tough. It's a rough ride. But in Santiago, the public transportation system in Santiago really works well. And compared to New York subways, it's a smooth ride, isn't it? It's not so noisy. It's not like that metal to metal clang, 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 clang. I mean, you're really on a pretty good modern metro system here, wouldn't you say?
No, it's great. And we also want to ride the trains down over here because they're really nice and quiet. They're shorter trains. It's just nicer.
Oh, good. I appreciate that input. Well, Luke, have you got anything else you want? We got just a minute or so left in the show, and I'm wondering if also we can get our producer to jump in here and tell us at the very end a little bit more about this relocation rally and when we can be expecting some of that. You can be thinking about that. I'm just surprising him right now. All of a sudden he's cringing like, oh no, I got to go on the air. Well, here, Luke, what else have you got to add about Chile? Just give us your last shot here for 30 seconds.
Well, the very interesting thing about Chile, the things that are just interesting fun facts are like the street dogs, the street performers that you see that are actually absolutely fantastic. Never look a dog in the eye down here because you'll have a friend for wherever you're going. That's an interesting thing.
There's no dog catchers in Chile.
No, there's no dog catchers. So I mean, the dogs on the street and the street performers are things that really stand out. The buses are fantastic. I mean, transportation here is very good. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say at this moment.
Okay, thanks for you both for joining the show. Joe, jump on in and give us something about this rally that's coming up. You got 50 seconds.
Well, we're still learning a lot about this, but what it does is it introduces you to Chile over a period of a few weeks by having online events. It sounds like once a week for about 6 weeks running. And then you show up, and it's kind of like a scavenger hunt that introduces you to the country. And we're still trying to grasp exactly how these guys have it set up because we just started talking to them this week and started getting involved in helping to promote it.
And they've handpicked us over anybody else as their key providers.
Yeah, we're Chile for them. This is pretty cool. It's a great opportunity for us, and it's a great opportunity for subscribers to learn more about Chile.
Where's it going to be on the webpage?
We're going to have a banner on the page. We'll have a page set up for it, and we'll have stuff on Escape Artist Chile as well. We still got to figure that stuff out.
All right, and we'll be bringing that update to you more as time goes on here. This is the Overseas Radio Network, and you've been listening to Red Hot Chili with Dr. John Coben and guests. We'll see you next week.